Well, who parked a spaceship in front of the Daily Planet? A couple of days ago, we started to get some set pictures of what looked like a spaceship landing right in front of the Daily Planet, suggesting all kinds of possibilities pulled from Superman mythos. But now we appear to have a real clue. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about this spaceship, who it belongs to, and why it fits perfectly into the story. It's not who you think it is. Now, before we do that, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos and want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently, so you are in the know. Well, with Superman filming outside in Cleveland, we are getting all kinds of really cool stuff going on in the last couple of weeks. Recently, we got a peek at a lot of newspaper articles that gave us not only details about this version of Superman, but some of the world building that James Gunn has been doing in his new DCU. Now, the other day we started to get some pictures of what looked like a spaceship landing right in front of the newly formed Daily Planet, and this immediately led to a lot of speculation. Now, some names that keep popping up are Brainiac, who definitely could land in a spaceship in the middle of Metropolis, or even more interesting, Mongol, a villain that's never come to life in live action, and one that was rumored very early on. Now, this left fans talking, but after a little more examination and a little common sense, well, it appears the riddle has been figured out. First, let's take a look at the actual picture of the spaceship. Now, just looking at this, you might already have clues, because that's clearly a giant T, and we know Mr. Terrific is part of this movie. Now, if you're familiar with Mr. Terrific in the comics, you really have to wonder if this is his T-Sphere ship. He is a super genius and develops some advanced tech well beyond most earthly confines. And in the comics, not only does he often have a very large ship, but he also has a rather smaller one that's a sphere with a giant door shaped like a T. And in this case, they appear to be, well, pretty much the same thing. You have to wonder if this ship is here in Metropolis with not only Mr. Terrific, but multiple members of the Justice League International coming to assist Superman in the final showdown with the primary villain. There's been a lot of damage to buildings surrounding this set, so it does indicate to me this might actually be the big showdown at the end of the film, and this could be the big arrival of all these supporting characters we've been hearing so much about. Now, besides the T picture, there are a couple of other pictures that indicate like a ramp for a maybe bigger spaceship, so these could be two different things. So keeping the door open to the possibility of who the main villain is, maybe it is Mongol, maybe it is Brainiac. Brainiac stole my bet, but it definitely appears that the final showdown is going to take place at the Daily Planet in Metropolis, just like a great Superman movie should. Now, we've been wondering how big of a part some of these supporting characters are going to have, and it appears Mr. Terrific and potentially the Justice League will indeed have quite the big part. Now, whether he's there to assist or confront Superman, that might actually be the big question. But the fact that this does appear to be the T-Sphere ship does suggest to me and many others that this ship does not belong to the likes of Mongol, Brainiac, or even Ultraman, who was a villain suggested a couple of months ago. I like the fact that this version of Mr. Terrific is getting a good bit of time, and that we're seeing some focus on his ability to develop technology. He is a true rival to the likes of Lex Luthor, and I think has a huge part in the new DCU. We're just going to have to see how Edie Katigi brings the character to life.